You're laughing at her.
I'm so frustrated. Welcome to So I Married a Film Freak. We were talking about 500 Days of Summer earlier before you so rudely stopped the filming to start again.
We'll be better this time. It was stilted before.
Stilted.
Yeah, I want to
Like cheese.
no, like a tall person who the bottom of their leg is made out of wood.
Okay, so we both liked 500 Days of Summer that we saw last Sunday at the sneak preview.
Even that's been out months in the States.
Oh,
it's
has
only
it?
just coming out here. Like 2 months.
Okay.
They've had it a long time. It was a summer film for them.
I think folks here will really enjoy it if they know about it.
Yeah, but the preview is a chain cinema, which suggests it's probably going to get a run in the chains over here.
Okay.
Where it was a bit smaller in the US.
Yeah. Do you know, I kind of felt like in the middle I just kind of got a little bored. I just felt like some of the scenes were throwaway scenes. I kind of got the point with some earlier scenes, and
I don't know that structurally any of them were completely redundant, but I think that some of them were just bridge material in a sense.
Mm-hmm. But I don't want to belittle the fact that I do agree this film had something to say.
Yeah, it's definitely got something to say, and I think it's got a way of saying it as well. I mean, I was listening to a podcast with this screenwriter today, and he was talking about how the script became a bit of a hot property. And I think what happened when people picked up the script for the first time is a bit like what happened to us in the first 30 seconds. It starts with that title card at the start, and it's the one where it says this film is fiction, everything, based upon but it immediately sets a tone, and it immediately tells you what it's about before you even see a picture.
Sure.
And I think it was true to that all the way through, really.
Well, I definitely think it's different than the usual Hollywood fare love stories we see.
Than the proposal or the ugly truth or whatever. Yeah, I think in a funny way, it's more like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind than anything else.
Yeah, fair enough.
In that specifically, I think in that it's totally subjective from the guy's point of view. In Sunshine, it isn't actually. There's some bits where it steps outside of that, but nearly all of it is. And in this film, I think it all is really.
Well, I'm glad I got to see it. I hope folks go and see it because I sure do love that Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Is it a date movie?
Definitely.
You reckon?
Yeah, you were my date.
Yeah, but is this what? Okay, so if it's a young couple and they're going on their second or third date, should they see this film? It kind of. Do you know what I mean? It sort of says you're living in a dream.
It depends on how excited, how ecstatic they are. I mean, someone gets a happy ending in the end. So, okay.
Well, maybe.
Let's move on.
Okay, I just wanted to ask you about this French film. I think it was a bit like that. He loves me not.
Oh, yes.
Did you not think it was quite similar to that in some respects?
Similar in that they had an antagonistic relationship.
In that you see one side of a romance and everything seems to be peachy, and then it's revealed to be very subjective, and it's not quite that in reality.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess you could make that comparison, and yeah,
I did.
You just did.
I just did.
Okay, so we saw the Avatar sneak preview on Friday in London. You saw it twice. Please reveal who you sat next to.
I was sat with Guy Ritchie, and he had little baby David on his lap.
I'm so jealous. Anyway.
I know, I'm really glad. I've met baby David Banda, is it? Little baby David. I met David, and Joel Silver was there as well.
So I haven't heard you say much about Joel Silver. Why is it so cool that he was there?
Well, he's a big man.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's a big man. He's a sort of a barker of the producer sort of circuit. Do you know what I mean? Hollywood producer, come circus barker. He's a big man, and I don't like most of the films he's produced.
Yeah.
But he did produce one of my favourite TV shows, Veronica Mars.
Oh yes, one of my favourites.
Yeah.
I've yet to finish it.
So
I'm already in mourning, and I haven't finished
that's
it.
That's something.
I'm afraid to finish it.
But he declared that Avatar was genius.
He was a genius.
Yeah, I think it is, but I don't think it's one precise moment of genius. It's not like a eureka moment or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think it's the genius of craftsmanship, and I think that what we're looking at here is a film. It could have been made on Super 8 if Cameron had crafted it in the way he has. It would I'd be still as excited by it, because what I kind of took away wasn't the 3D, though it's obviously very, very cutting edge 3D technology, and it wasn't the motion capture aliens, even though they're pretty advanced too. It was the way that he staged and edited his action sequences. It was the way that he had character and storytelling built into them. The way that he manipulated the audience with threat and lots of. I mean, it's got the strengths of a Terminator 2. It's got the strengths of a Terminator, or even in a way, the actiony bits of True Lies, or the last hour of Titanic. It's that sort of stuff. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter that it's all CG in 3D, because of course it matters. He's refining a toolkit for people here, really.
Right. But you said something the other night I thought was really interesting, in that folks
afterwards sometimes.
Yeah, I know, right? Folks were complaining about the CGI looking very CGI-y, and yet you pointed out one of the scenes was mainly CGI, and folks didn't even notice.
That's interesting. People identified quickly that the stuff that was recognisably alien was CGI.
Sure.
But we got this bit in a boot camp, and there's loads of that's fake too, and
sure.
no one noticed, because I guess you don't question or think about that neon exit sign or that glass window, but some sort of like alien plant. You're sort of scrutinising it for signs of reality, I guess, maybe.
Maybe folks aren't giving it a fair shake already.
I just think if I show you an alien, you can't really tell whether that's what an alien looks like or not, because you've never met one.
Really? I've been to Roswell. They know what they look like.
Do they look like Sigourney Weaver, but 12 foot tall?
Yeah. No, they would look more like blow-up dolls on grenades.
Kind of spoiler. That's a Sigourney. Okay, maybe not. But I'm more interested in the fact that you were quite excited.
I was very excited, and I think this is hopeful.
Yeah,
I think that
you're hopeful about this one.
I'm hopeful about this one, and I'll like it. I'm sure I'll like it much better than Up.
I don't know if you're the target of being a CG 3D film.
Okay.
They don't really have anything else in common. But I don't know if you're the target. I don't know if you're the target market for Avatar though.
No. Well, I ought to be.
You're like Buffy, I suppose. It's a similar sort of.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, what was the last thing we were going to talk about?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, you saw Inglourious Basterds twice.
I went saw it again, yeah.
I saw it once.
You're giving away that we've got some sort of pre-planned itinerary for what we're going to talk about. It makes it seem a lot less spontaneous.
Well...
Yeah, so I've seen Inglourious Basterds twice, you've seen it once.
Yeah.
I liked it more the second time because I could sort of relish it more, I suppose. But I still think there's a few sort of indulgences in there that it didn't need. But I do think it's...
I think I saw the kitchen sink.
Solid. Yeah, kind
gimmicks.
of. I mean, there's quite a lot more.
Galore.
There are a few gimmicks, particularly towards the end. There were a lot more in the script. I mean, one whole chapter was supposed to be in handheld black and white and things like that. But he sort of came to his senses.
But all in all, you think folks are going to continue to go see it?
I mean, it's in the black already, and people have been piling in there. People are saying it's the Twitter effect. It's the Twitter effect. Good word of mouth on Twitter, and I suppose things like Twitter and Facebook have been powerful for word of mouth. But I just think general word of mouth has been positive. You're going to speak to people in the street about it, aren't you? You're going to speak to people in the pub or at work or whatever.
Well, I spent all my Saturday mornings watching either westerns or, World War II films with my father. So I'm not sure that folks really want to. I'm not surprised folks want to go out and see this.
No, I was specifically to look at reviews for this, looking at a white supremacist website yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And again, not at all surprised that they hate it. Of course they hate it. It's disturbing, some of the things they've said about it.
Oh, really? You're so pathetic.
They are pathetic, yeah.
Get a life. Okay, so...
Get some compassion, you soulless slug.
Anyway, on that note... I'd like to say that I want to dedicate this episode to Steve Brown, a fellow I went to high school with who just recently passed away. And he was a quiet fellow, and he will be missed. He was a member of the NRA, though. Oh, that's it. Time's up.
Time's up.